What up? What is up? YouTube, how y'all doing, man? We are back at Doc Rich channel, man. They are cooked. Look at this. Got the little big, there's some big teardrops, dog. Them some big teardrops coming off their eyes. Man, check this out, man. Uncle Mike is learning more and more about politics. So we decided, since I'm a little older, since my age, we decided to change this channel, our second channel. We decided to change this thing around one more time. So the Music Recording Network stream is going to be streaming a lot of government stuff, a lot of politics, and I'm going to be learning with you guys. So the younger generation, if you want to learn how to take your music to the next level, you go to the world's largest rap contest.com and learn the politics side of things, man. Learn the business side of stuff. People don't be just walking around this earth acting like you the shit. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Doc Rich, man, cool brother, man. Check his channel out, man. This guy knows what he's talking about. Let's check him out.
Now this is funny. People only leave the left to go to the... Now this is funny. People only leave the left to go to the right side of history. People only leave the Democrat Party and join the Republican Party. Why is it not the other way around? And it's not. You show me a video of people going, I'm just tired of conservatives. I'm tired of the right. I'm going to join the left. It's the opposite. It's always the opposite. It's never the other way around. Why is that? Is that because people are just waking up? People are fed up with the bullshit, the racist gaslighting from the Democrat Party? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Because, I mean, the Republicans are fueled up. Like, the Democrats are crashing.
Yeah. We got to talk about the Democrat Party today.
Think about that. And it's funny because I'm not here to push you either way. I just want you all to sit back and start opening up your eyes and do your own research and do your own homework. Oops, that's what all the Republicans say. And I don't vote. I am not either one. Both of y'all kiss my tail. Y'all, I think y'all took turns screwing up this daggone United States. That's what I think. Until I understand otherwise. Because when I was little, Republicans was in office for quite some time, to be honest. Every time I looked, my dad was pissed off because Republicans was in the office. Or something like that. Here we go. Here we go.
Fueled up. The Democrats are crashing.
Yeah.
Let's check it.
We got to talk about the Democrat Party today. And the fact that what you just heard in that first clip, I have yet to see a genuine clip. And I emphasize genuine because, of course, they're going to try to make it sound and seem as if there are some Republicans that are regretting their decision on, for voting for Donald Trump. And I have yet to see a genuine person, say that. And I ask you guys, have you seen or heard of a genuine Republican, somebody who's actually a Republican, not like what Kamala tried to do with that ad? I'm sure you guys might remember where she put the actors, like it came out that the people in this video were actors. They tried to hire these guys to make it seem as if they were Republicans who weren't going to be voting for Donald Trump because he was obviously, all of these different bad things, right? No, not one of those folks, but like a genuine Republican through and through who voted for Donald Trump that is regretting their decision. Has anybody seen or heard of any one of those types of individuals? Let me know. The thing about that also is I have seen and heard Democrats say, I'm glad that I voted for Donald Trump. I've heard Democrats say, I am switching parties and I will never vote Democrat ever again. Me being one of them. But I've got clips of that today and I want to show you guys some of those. So With that being said, let's dive in.
And I gotta say, as a former Democrat who was at the DNC last August and was trying to decide if I was actually gonna vote for Kamala Harris, today I am so glad I did not vote for Kamala Harris, because there is no way that she had the economic vision to be able to lead our country in the direction that President Trump is now taking us. For the first time in decades, we have a president who's standing up for the American working class. That's exactly what he's doing with these tariffs. He's going to bring back jobs to communities like mine in the Midwest that have been left behind and hollowed out by policies that have been perpetuated by the Democrats.
Facts.
The thing that tripped me out is Kamala, however you say her name, who cares? She was vice president, so she was already in the seat, in some type of seat or close to the seat, for 4 years. This is what somebody told me. He said, what is the duty of the vice president? To wait for the president to just run office so they supposed to jump in? Or do they have jobs to do while they sitting there waiting to be the president? They the vice president. The vice president has jobs, has work, has duties to do. What is her duty? I'm not going to tell you the answer. You need to research and look it up. And once you look up what her duties are, then you will realize why you shouldn't have even voted for her. Because she was already, her overall duties had something to do with problems that the United States been having. Problems that we've been having. And she's the vice president. You can't do your job as a vice president. Why would I want you to be the president? But see, people don't know that. They just saw a black woman and wanted us to vote for a black woman. That's what a lot of my black friends said. I ain't voting for somebody for the color of their skin. I'm not voting for nobody, and I ain't playing the race card. I don't never play the race card. Soon as you start playing that race card with me, you done lost me, brother. Because I look for the people and the person. People talking about Puffy, or you just want to see a black man put down. This black man, Puffy, has put down so many black people. So he has already played the race card. Don't play with me.
You just heard from a Democrat right there. Happy as ever. Happy as ever that she didn't support Kamala Harris. And there's a lot more, right? Because right now, Democrats are truly showing who they really are. And there's a lot of people in this country that
are pissed off,
voted for Kamala, supported the Democrat Party, but are now seeing what we were telling them was true. The Democrat Party is just no good.
After today, I get it now. I understand why everyone is being called to leave the Democratic Party right now. I don't know if it was always this way. I don't feel like it was always this way, but this party has been infiltrated by the devil. I watched a few lives of these protests today, and I found something in one of these protests that was actually scary. Now, these pictures are not the best because I tried to get screenshots from these as quick as I could, but this lady right here, and I have no idea what state this was in, but they pulled up this gate of hell and this devil lady came out of it. What this lady was portraying was her walking out of the middle of that sign right there. She literally opened the gates of hell and walked out onto that stage. And I don't know if you can see this one as well, but this guy right here came out right after her, and he was also dressed like the devil. Of course, they had the guy running out with a chainsaw like Elon because they wanted to distract you from all of this. But the irony of them coming out of a sign that said gates of hell and then coming out and saying that Trump had opened the gates of hell is crazy. And not only that, but after they finished their speech, they had a whole devil squad come out and they did some kind of choreographed dance. And the proof is all over the place, okay? If you go into any conservative content creator's profile right now and look in their comment sections, look at the amount of hate and disgust that is being spewed from this party right now. Believe it or not, it is possible for you to disagree with someone and be upset that your candidate lost without having to tell people that they're ugly, that their entire family is ugly, that they deserve nothing in life. I hope you get everything you ask for, like kill yourself. Like this is demonic stuff, y'all. And believe me, I am one of the ones, like 2 years ago, I would have said, okay, look, we don't have to put the devil in everything. The devil's not the cause of everything. And I still believe that. I still believe that some people do use the devil as an excuse to excuse their bad behavior, but this is like undeniable. This is putting the devil right in your face and wanting you to celebrate him. And you know how I know? Because they came out of the middle of those gates of hell and then tried to tell you that Trump is the one that opened the gates of hell. So if you are feeling called to walk away from this party right now, do it, okay? Walk away. Protect your peace and protect your soul. They have had people in the streets all day long screaming out 8647. If you are screaming out for the death of someone else and then claiming that you're not working for the devil, I can't help you. And I know that the right had their things to say about Joe Biden when he was president, but in my opinion, there is a very big difference between saying, let's go Brandon, and saying 8647. I still am not going to call myself a Republican. Like, I am not interested in joining that party, but I will tell you right now, I will never, ever, ever call myself a Democrat. I do not claim that energy, and honestly, I want to be as far away from that as possible.
So I feel like a video like that hits a little bit harder. Because that was somebody who admitted that she's not a Republican. No, I'm not a Republican. But I will never, ever support the Democrat Party. I feel like a message like that from that type of individual hits even more. Even more. Right?
That's crazy.
But these types of videos are all over the place of people saying, I was once a Democrat, but I'm leaving that party. They're done.
Okay, guys, this is my walkaway story from the Democrat Party.
Story.
And the very first thing I'm going to say is I am from Denver, Colorado. I am a native. So I have been a Democrat my whole life, always been registered a Democrat. And I am running away from it this year. I no longer align with Democratic views. And there's a reason why. There's absolutely a reason why. Denver, Colorado turned into shit after all of this wokeness started to happen. The borders was the second one. It absolutely destroyed neighborhoods. I remember just not being able to walk around our neighborhood with our kids anymore because it was just like there were so many people that were just out on the street and we had no idea who these people were. And there was just like a revolving door of people who would be switched in and out of this hotel that was next to us. And it was just like, it was crazy. Then the third thing I would say, I don't know if anybody realizes this that's in the Democratic Party, but you lied to us about Biden. You lied to us about him and his health and put us in danger. Like you literally I'm not even going to go that far, but they put us in danger, okay, with this dude that didn't even know what was going on. He didn't even know what was going on. So who was running the country? That was it. And then I want to say the last thing that really took the cake was just the media. Was just the way that they would report things and the way that they would just walk around issues and not really have solutions and always have excuses. And yeah, I could no longer align with them.
1,000%. And I love how she brought up the mainstream media because I've said this before. I think mainstream media helped to ruin the Democrat Party because they went so far that it woke people up to what they were actually doing. They made this stuff so cartoonish that it woke people up like, oh crap. I mean, every day I'm hearing Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump dictator, Trump dictator, Trump dictator, Trump Hitler, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that. Where's the actual news anymore? Where's the story of the little boy who saw his mom struggling to pay rent, so he started a lemonade stand and helped his mom pay the rent for the month? Where are those stories? Where's the stories of some guy saving some woman from being mauled by some vicious dog? Where's the actual news? Every time I turn on the television, it's just Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. When that's all you have, you wake people up to the actual truth. It's the same thing with all of these court cases that Trump was going through. You threw so much at this man that it forced people to wake up like, hold on, wait a minute. Trump, like there's prolific killers that have walked in the United States, and y'all haven't gone after them with as many cases as y'all going after Trump with. Nah, this is crazy. And if you guys remember in several videos, while all of that was going on, I was like, just keep piling them on. Make it so cartoonish that you wake people up. I literally was saying this in videos, and that's exactly what happened. They kept piling on the cases, kept piling on the charges, and made it so cartoonish that people woke up. They did this to themselves. And I've said this before. If the Democrat Party were smart, they would have gone after Trump with one case that they knew they could nail him with and would have given him, 10, 15 years in prison. Nothing crazy, right? But for somebody his age, it's damn near a death sentence. You give somebody at that age a 10 to 15 year sentence in prison. That's all they had to do. And they might have actually, I believe they would have gotten away with it if that's all they did. If that's all they did, just one case. And I hate to say that, but I definitely feel like that's the truth. And y'all can let me know if you agree. If they would have just done that one, probably would have gotten away with it. But they couldn't help themselves. And that's why I also say that Trump derangement is a real thing. They couldn't help themselves. They had to keep going. They had to over and over and over again. And it's the same thing with mainstream media. You got to keep talking about Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. When's the last time y'all turned on the news, which I know you probably don't, but when's the last time you can remember turning on the news and hearing about a genuinely positive story? Like a couple of the ones like I described, some kid starting a lemonade stand or a woman being saved by, a vicious dog attack or something. And this other person is like this amazing hero. When's the last time you heard it about any kind of story like that on mainstream media? Not local news, but on mainstream media. When's the last time? Been a long time, huh? And that's the problem. They're not the news anymore. Honestly, at this point, they're glorified YouTube channels as far as I'm concerned. And that's a shame. But anyway, thanks for tuning in as always. Peace and love. I'm out.
I give you one more. You so busy pushing Trump down, pushing the Republicans down. I mean, story after story. One day the Republicans did this. One day the Republicans did that. So much stuff about what they did or didn't do that was wrong. How about telling us what you gonna do for the country? Democrats, how about telling us why we should stand by your side? Because we got sick and tired of hearing, yeah, they did that. Oh, that's bull. Yeah, they did this. Yeah, that's bull. They did that too? And that too? God damn. 3 months of this. Okay. They're bad. This is what I'm saying. They're bad. We know they bad. That's why we over here. But what we gonna do? What are we gonna? We gonna jump rope? We gonna play basketball? What the hell are we gonna do over here? Nah, but wait a minute. They bad. They did it. Yeah. I'm tired of hearing how bad they are. I'm tired of hearing. That's why we over here. We not there. It ain't like I'm talking about going over there. I'm not there. I'm here. What are we gonna do? Yeah, but we gonna talk about them some more. Okay, but yeah, we don't need to talk about them to death. It's a dog, it's a cat, it's an animal. We don't need to keep talking about that. How are we gonna make our lives better? By talking about them. That's the only answer I got. What is the Democrat? Tell me right now, Democrats, what are you gonna do to make our lives better? Well, Trump is in office and he cutting import and export taxes down. I ain't know that was a problem. I ain't even know that we pay the most taxes on all this stuff. All over the world, the United States pays the most tariff stuff. Y'all better wake up and don't just look and say stuff, man. You better wake up. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. Don't let nobody tear your house down, baby. Don't let nobody tear your daggone house down. Period.